Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 1, Brighton 3. You heard that correct. We have been battered in our own backyard by Brighton. We have lost to Brighton for 3 times in a row. Chelsea in the second half today, red card once again, shambles. The way that we defended in this game is a straight up embarrassment. The fact we didn't sign a centre-back in the summer transfer window to come in and actually give us a little bit of steel, we are suffering now as a result of it. That defending in the second half from Chelsea is a joke. There's absolutely no excuses whether you want to blame the sporting directors, the board, the manager. There's no excuses for that level of defending in the Premier League. That's the kind of defending that can get you relegated. If Chelsea don't understand how to head across away or make a tackle in the penalty area when the ball is bobbling around in the air, we are going to fall massively. I said in the preview that today's game was going to be a crossroads match. If we win it, let's back it. Let's start going in the right direction. Let's keep the results coming. Go into Liverpool, go into Benfica and make something happen. But instead, the polar opposite has happened. We have capitulated, we have shut down, and we have conceded some ridiculous goals. The moment Enzo Fernandez sees a red card on the pitch, it's like he's scared to play. When Chelsea go down to 10 men, we have got good enough footballers to still stay out there on the pitch and win games of football. We've spent £2 billion. Every time something goes wrong, the reaction from the manager is to bring on defenders. Why would you bring on defenders when we cannot defend? Why would you invite pressure when you know that you don't know how to deal with crosses, when the ball's coming across the face of the goal? No one knows how to clear it. No one knows how to get their body on the line apart from Reece James, Cucurella and Moises Caicedo. Chelsea this afternoon, once again, the architects of our own downfall. Enzo Fernandez's substitutions, bringing off Esteval. Why? Esteval's having a baller game out there. Brazilian flair at Stamford Bridge. The crowd love it. Oh no, we're going to bring him off because we've got 10 men. So any creative outlet that we could have possibly had is now gone. You've got João Pedro running around working hard, but again, can't really get the ball because you've got no one creative to find him. There's no one finding any of Chelsea attackers. When Chelsea go down to 10 men, Enzo Fernandez bottles it. The substitutions need to change the game. Not just be like, all right, go on then, Brighton, have a couple of chances. Score a couple of goals, will you? That's exactly what Chelsea have done again. And this is a week on from seeing the same thing at Manchester United. Sanchez gets sent off. We've made 3 subs by the 20th minute. It's an absolute farce. Chelsea actually started this game really well. Enzo Fernandez scoring a header. I think he had a good game today. Reece James getting forward. In the first half, there were so many signs that I really liked. Seeing Reece in more advanced areas up the field is a good thing. But unfortunately, we didn't see it often enough. And then 5 minutes into the second half. Actually, wait, let's go back to the first half. Why did we stop playing for the last 15 minutes? Why don't we go for the kill? When we're in charge and leading and controlling the game, why do we then stop? Why do we just shut down and not attack anymore? Make it make sense, man. Honestly, the nonchalance that I saw out there in the first half from Chelsea, it was too carefree. And that is a word that's obviously synonymous with Chelsea Football Club. But we start cruising. We're not that good. We're not good enough to cruise at 1-0. Go for the kill. Go to score again. Second half, Trevor Chalobah gets sent off. And look, it was not an easy moment. Santos should have done better. And the ball goes through. I thought Matoma maybe got the touch, but it turns out he didn't get the touch. It's onside. Gomez is in. And Chalobah goes through him, doesn't get the right side of him. Red card. Chelsea down to 10 men. But then it's the subs. And the moment he makes these defensive subs, I knew that we'd lost the match. Danny Welbeck coming on. It was written in the stars, wasn't it? That Danny Welbeck would be there, nodding the ball in the back of the net, scores a header. Brighton a level 1-1. And then it's almost the same goal again. Ball across the face of the goal, and the Kuiper is there to make it 2-1. And then the defending Josh Achampong, we've been asking for him to be in the team, but he gives the ball away just outside the area. Danny Welbeck waltzes through, goal, 3-1. Every single one of those goals is an embarrassment from the defending. It is so poor. But listen, the big questions need to be asked, and we're going to go through now 6 things we learned. Box number 1 is a green for Caicedo. I thought Caicedo was very good once again, controlling the midfield, making the tackles, the pass to Reece James, and then he crosses it in and Enzo scores the header. That was unbelievable from Moises Caicedo. Box number 2 is a red for Chalobah because he got a flipping red card. And again, we've got to be better. How we're even in that position where it's a 2v2 that close to the Chelsea goal in the first place, what are we doing? Positionally, I was actually praising us in the first half. I thought we actually looked pretty good. I thought Hato was looking good apart from a few misplaced passes. Cucurella was defending really well. But look, Trev gets sent off. He's got to get a red box today. Box number 3 is a green for Reece James. And look, I know that people aren't happy right now, but I'll say this. There were moments where I thought Reece was injured again. And I thought he was going to go off. Turns out he was absolutely fine. Getting forward, he looked sharp, but still, question marks about his speed of recovery. There were some great recoveries from Reece today, but he does look as though when he is running back to goal that he's struggling. But Reece James was good. But now we've got to talk about the season, because I genuinely have a feeling, and look, people might say, oh, it's too soon, mate, but Eunice has been saying quite a lot about how it is now going to very much be 6 or 7 games into the season, we'll get a feeling as to what is happening for this season. Now, the fact that Chelsea have thrown away this lead again today, Chalobah's been sent off, which means he's going to miss the Liverpool game. Like, who's going to play in defence? Badia Shields coming on, hasn't played football for weeks, right? And then he comes on and he's trying to flipping lift players up by the scruff of their neck and then getting all bullshit with Lewis Dunk. What are you doing? What are you doing? The substitutions today, Malo Gusto, oh my. We'll get on to him in a moment, but I feel like the season is just going downhill real rapid. And from what we've seen, we played well against West Ham. We weren't even that good against Fulham, to be frank. And other than that, Chelsea have been very, very poor. And the players losing their heads there at the end. And that kind of set the tone for the rest of the match. The moment that all of that stuff goes on, where Badia Shield, I think, is trying to lift the player off the ground, and then there's a big fight happening on the pitch, Chelsea lost their heads. When you know that you can't defend because you're just not very good at defending, straight up, we've got to call a spade a spade. Chelsea can't defend, right? Don't lose your heads, because you need to be calm. You need to be ready for what is going to happen. So, look, I think this is a huge bad result for our season right now. Box number 5 is a red for Enzo Maresca, because it's the substitutions for me that have made the difference here in the wrong direction. You've got a chance, right, to bring 5 different players on the pitch. Chelsea had a pretty solid bench today. I looked at the bench, I was like, we've got options in there. You could have brought on the likes of Mark Hughes in there. You've got flipping Tyreek George on the bench, Garnacho, Gittins, but no, we take off all of the creative players. We take off all of the players that can actually go forward, leaving João Pedro as the only one, and he's got all of the work to do. And we bring on defenders that have stunk up the gaff. Malo Gusto could have been in on goal, but he decides to run backwards. Then he goes and boots someone in the skull. How that isn't a penalty, I don't know. Refereeing decisions again, very contentious. Stupid decisions, I feel, just not correct. But Enzo Maresca needs to have a good, long, hard look at himself, because the way that he reacts to difficult moments in games is throwing points away. Chelsea didn't have to get beaten by this Brighton team today. We brought it all upon ourselves. If you keep bringing on defenders who cannot defend and have no way of going forward, what do you think is going to happen? Brighton are a good side. Brighton have been a good side for years. And that is the 3rd time in 2025 they've beaten us. I'm disgusted, man. I'm absolutely gutted, because I was there in America. I felt that energy. That World Cup final day was one of the best days of my life. I thought we were going somewhere, but we've absolutely gone and cooked it. 6 games into the season. Flipping heck, man. Box number 6 is Malo Gusto, red card. I don't want to see him play for Chelsea for a while. I think he needs a break. He's not up to it right now. Or Enzo Maresca, what did you do for Malo Gusto in the summer? Replicate it again. And do you know what I'll say? We need Cole Palmer. Without Cole Palmer, this team are just... What are we? What are we without Cole Palmer? Genuinely. I mean it. First half, I was saying, oh, this is good. We're proving that we can actually play without Cole Palmer. We can't. We can't. We're losing our heads. We're getting ridiculous red cards, pathetic red cards. I'm going to wrap up this review here because I've got nothing more to say. I'm gutted. I'm distraught. This is a shocking result. Shocking night for Chelsea. It's embarrassing. Maresca, big questions now. Serious questions. I'm not saying fire him. Not saying sack him. Fix it. Solve it. And I'm about to get demonetized, so I'm wrapping this up. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.